Hey guys, it's Skullduggery. I am doing Laughing Jack's origin and story for you guys, as requested by MSNSKI, one of the creepiest guys I know at this point in my life. Big creepypasta guy. I highly suggest go subscribing to him. Please do. I don't think it's right that I would have more subscribers than him, to be honest. Also, for the last video, go subscribe to Demonic Dinosaur for picking it. If you can't watch it on iFunny, it's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I put up the link to it. I think. Put up its name anyway. Okay. Laughing Jack's origin, quickly. Late 1800s England, boy Isaac was being abused by his parents, and his mother regarded an angel, made of a not-so-imaginary friend named Laughing Jack, who was a clown. Colorful, bright, happy all the time, except he's slowly turning into a monster. He accidentally killed the family cat, and the mother thought it was Isaac, so the mother attacked him and sent him off to boarding school. Jack was back into his box where he was found, and was there for 13 years, where his colorful appearance only got darker and darker along with his personality. Now, Isaac and Jack was supposed to attune to Isaac's personality, so when Isaac came back as a violent alcoholic, and he turned into a serial killer, which he murdered people in front of Jack's cage, or whatever it was, box. Jack got a love for violence, and basically hated Isaac. And Isaac found the box that Jack was in. Now, I don't know how big Jack is actually, but that's a pretty big box, probably. How do you not find that? Unless it's like a Time Lord thing. Yeah, I'm going off topic again. Oh my god. Hurting out. Anyway, after what happened there, after Isaac let him out, Jack killed him, and basically spread out his way of fun. Yes, murder. Throughout, trying to pass it through everybody. So yes, a psychotic murdering con. Doesn't that sound so original? Except he doesn't eat children, offer them balloons, you know what I'm talking about yet again. Anyway, his story. My son, 5-year-old boy, James, playing out in their backyard. This is a single mom. Perspective of a single mom. James was a quiet boy that had almost no friends whatsoever, playing in the backyard. Mom's inside, single mom yet again, so she doesn't really have time to always keep track of her son. But she swears she heard James hucking outside to someone. Now, she thought he made a friend, so she went out to check on him. And, to her surprise, James was the only one out there, but she swore she heard another voice. So she told James it's time to come inside and eat and have some lunch. James comes inside, sits down at the table. Small makes him some lunch. And as she's playing milk, she asks who is he talking to, and why didn't he invite him in for lunch. James looked up and smiling and said, I was talking to my new friend. Now, James did not answer the second part of the question. And then the mother asks, what's his friend's name? James looks up, looking at it for only a moment, and then replying, his name is Laughing Jack. His mother asks what he looks like. Now, she was taken back by the Laughing Jack thing. It was an odd name, she said. But then she asked what he looked like. James replied, he was a clown. Long black hair, striped socks, long pointy nose with black and white swirls. You know what Jack looks like. In fact, I'll post a picture of him then. It's creepy. Weird. Anyway, they continued having lunch. The day was normal for the rest of the day. Then, nighttime came, she tucked James in, turned on his nightlight, gave him a kiss, and left, and she was tired, so she went to bed too. But she had a nightmare. So terrifying. Yes, indeed, actually, because she was in a carnival. Black and white, completely. She's running around with the game huts, the stuffed animal prizes all hung from nooses smiles stitched into their faces. Then she heard the song of Pop Goes the Weasel, playing from a big top tent. She went inside. She walked towards the light and music and slowed down. I found myself singing along, unable to stop. All around the mulberry bush, monkey chased the weasel. Monkey thought 'twas all fun. Music stopped right before its climax. Suddenly the light shut on. The intensity of the light was practically blinding. All I could see was a small dark silhouette shuffle towards me. Another one appeared, and another, and another. There were dozens of them, all coming towards me. I couldn't move. My legs were frozen. All I could do was watch. As the haunting figures drew near, and were getting closer, I could see they were children. I looked at each one and noticed that they were all horribly disfigured and mutilated. Some had cuts all over their bodies, others were severely burnt, others were missing limbs, even eyes. Children enveloped me, clawing at my flesh, dragging me to the ground, and tearing inside me. As the children tore me apart, they faded away. All I could hear was laughter. Horrible, awful, evil laughter. Yeah, that probably sounded really weird. I woke up the next morning in a cold sweat. After taking a few deep breaths, I looked over and saw that a few of Jane's action figures were positioned facing me on top of my nightstand. I sighed. Jane had probably woken up early and put these here. I gathered up the toys and made my way to Jane's room. However, when I opened the door, Jane was sound asleep. I shrugged and placed the toys back in his toy box, headed out to the living room. A little while later, James woke up and I made his breakfast. He was quiet and seemed a bit groggy. Perhaps he didn't sleep well either. So I had to ask him about the toys. James, honey, did you put the toys in Mommy's room this morning? Sarge shut up me for a moment and then quickly glanced back down at the cereal. Laughing Jack did it. I rolled my eyes and responded, I'll tell you you're Laughing Jack. To keep the toys in your room. James nodded and finished up his breakfast. I decided to go play out in the backyard. I went to relax in the living room, and I woke, and I must have dozed off because I woke a couple hours later. Shoot. I needed to check on James. I was a bit worried. It has been over 2 hours and I haven't checked on him. I stepped outside in the backyard, but James wasn't there anymore. I was getting nervous, so I called out to him. James! James, where are you? Then I heard a giggle coming from the front yard. I rushed through the gate and around the house. James was sitting on the sidewalk. I breathed a sigh of relief and walked over to him. James, how many times have I told you to stay in the back yet? James, what are you eating? James looked at me and then reached his pocket and pulled out a handful of hard candies in all colors. This made me very nervous. James, who gave you that candy? James stared at me, not speaking. James, please, tell me where'd you get that candy? His head down and said, Laughing Jack gave it to me. My heart sunk. I knelt down to look him in the eye. James, I had enough of this damn Laughing Jack thing. He is not real. It was a very serious situation. I need to know who gave you the candy. I can see my son's eyes tear up. But Mama, Laughing Jack did give me the candy. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. James had never lied to me before. What he was telling me is impossible. It made him spit out the candy and threw the rest away. James appears to be fine. Maybe I'm just overreacting. After all, he could have gotten it from Tom and Linda from next door, or Mr. Walker down the street. Either way, I'm going to have a closer eye on James. That night, I put James to bed as usual and decided to go to bed early myself. Suddenly, I looked up with my bed, a bang coming from the kitchen. Swung up out of bed and hurried down the stairs. When I got to the kitchen, I was horrified. Everything on the counters had been thrown onto the floor, and our dog Fido hung dead from the light fixture. His stomach was cut open and stuffed with candy, same type that James was eating earlier that day. My shock was quickly broken by a sharp scream coming from James's room, followed by loud crashes. I quickly grabbed the knife from the drawer and moved upstairs with the speed that only a mother with a child in danger could have. Pushed through the door and flicked on the lights. Everything in the room was knocked over and tossed on the floor. Poor son, in his bed, crying and shaking with fear, pool of urine staining the sheets. I scooped my child up and ran out of the house and went to next door to Tom and Linda's house. Luckily, they were still awake. They only used their phone. I called the police. It didn't take them long to arrive. I explained what happened. They looked at me as if I were crazy. Searched the house, but all they found was a dead dog and 2 trash rooms. The officer told me that someone had probably gone in the house and done this right before making a quick escape when they heard me coming up the stairs. Knew it wasn't true. All the doors were locked and none of the windows were open. Whatever was in my house didn't come from outside. Now, I don't know, to be honest. I don't think he has. Wait, does Jack have claws? Hold on, let me see here. There's a picture of here. I think he does. Yeah, so he may use his fair hands to do this. Okay, now, to kill someone's dog is one thing. I mean, yes, that's horrible, horrible, horrible thing to do, no matter what. I don't care if you're a serial killer, leave the dog live. Even a dummy. A living dummy, to be that, shouldn't do that. Not even a weeping angel. I don't think a weeping angel will even go that far. I'm not putting it past a dog because they're just freaking killing everything on the planet. But anyway, still, dogs are man's best friend. Child's or even more so. So terrifying the child is even further from killing the dog. Now, the fact that it was stuffed with candy. Jack was nice at first. That's what he does. He's a clown. He was born nice. So I'm guessing he has that stuff back into his mind. So he can be nice to kids somewhat. Then scare the living crap out of them and then finally murder them. Now, yet again, I'm not reading this from this. I'm just talking on my own. I should let you guys know. I should change my tone of voice or something. Do dark and depressing at this. Okay. The next day, James stayed inside. I didn't want him to leave my sight. I went into the garage and found his old baby monitor and set it up in his room. If anything comes to his room tonight, I was going to be able to hear it. Went into the kitchen, grabbed the largest knife in the drawer, and put it on my nightstand. Imaginary friend or not, I'm not letting anything hurt my little boy. Soon enough, night came. I put James to bed. He was afraid, but I promised him that I wasn't going to let anything happen to him. Tucked him in, gave him a kiss, and turned on the nightlight before closing the door. I whispered, "Good night, James. I love you." I tried to stay up as long as I could, but after a few hours, I felt myself drifting off. Maybe it would be safer tonight, and I needed sleep. As I lay my head in the pillow, I heard a soft noise coming from the baby monitor. At first, I sounded like interference, like the kind of radio would make. Then it turned into a soft moan. Is James asleep? I heard it, the laugh from my nightmare. That horrible laugh. I sprung up, moved out, and grabbed the knife from under my pillow, rushed over to James' door, and cracked the door open. Tried to switch on the light, but it wouldn't come on. I took a quick step, and I could feel the warmth thick looking on my feet. Suddenly, James' nightlight came on. I see actual horror laid out in front of me. James' body was nailed up on the wall, nails piercing through his hands and feet, chest was cut open wide, and his organs hung down from the floor. His eyes and tongue had been removed, along with most of his teeth. I was disgusted. I could hardly believe that was my baby boy. I heard again. A soft, desperate moan. James was still alive. My baby, my poor baby, in so much pain, barely clinging to life. I walked across the room and vomited on the floor, but my sickness was interrupted by a horrible cracker coming from behind me. I spun around while still wiping bile from my mouth. Then out of the shadows emerged, being responsible for this horror, Laughing Jack. His ghost white skin and matted black hair hung down from his shoulders, piercing white eyes surrounded by dark black rings. He was a smile over a row of sharp, jagged teeth, and his skin didn't look like skin at all. It almost looked like rubber or plastic. He wore a patchy black and white clown suit outfit with striped sleeves and socks. His body itself was grotesque, his long arms hanging down past his waist. The way he was positioned made him look like almost boneless, like a rag doll. That sickening laugh as it let me know he was pleased with my reaction at his work. Then he turned around slowly in front of James and began to laugh even more at the horrific sight as he has laid out. That was enough to shake me from my chair. I said, "Get away from me, you bastard." I rushed at the monster, raising my knife above my head, sat down on him, and as soon as the knife touched him, he disappeared into a cloud of black smoke. The knife passed right through him and pierced James' still beating heart and splashing the warm blood on my face. No. What have I done? My baby. I killed my baby. I then fell to my knees and heard the sirens in the distance growing louder. Boy, my sweet baby boy. Promise Mommy would protect you, but I failed. Sorry, James. I'm so sorry. Police soon arrived to find me in front of my son, still wielding the blade covering my baby's blood. Trial was short. Insanity. I placed in the House of Criminally Insane, where I've been the last 2 months. Step out here. The only reason I'm awake now is because someone is playing Pot Goes a Weasel outside my window. Talk to the orderly tomorrow about in the morning. Yeah, that's pretty sure. That's the story. That's the entire story. I didn't just end that. That's the story. Now, I know it's going to come along soon, so I probably will be doing Jeff's here soon, possibly. In fact, it has a link to it here. Along to with the Slenderman custom monsters and weird other things. Along with the Enderman for some weird reason. Anyway, that's Laughing Jack. That creepy guy. And I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. It is a lot of fun doing this. I'd like to do this all the time. I really, really would. I would. Truly. I have no reason. But, anyway, what was I talking about? Sorry, I'm actually on iPhone now. I don't want it. I'm looking at... like, I never know my subscribers. You really should. They're great people. NSKI, yes, I actually did that right the first time. He's great. If you like being scared, subscribe to him. He posts a lot of creepy pictures. In fact, at one point, he really thanked me a lot because I posted about 500, actually pushing about 25 pictures of creepy things. Anyway, subscribe to NSKI and Demonic Dinosaur. And, anyone else want to subscribe us, please go. And have a good night. Don't forget, hear Pop Ghost Weasel play in the middle of the night. You better just kill yourself then. Actually, don't. That's horrible. Don't listen to that. Don't do that. Then just make sure to stay awake all night. Don't let anything go near you. If something gets near you, well, I terribly apologize. Oh well. Well, by the way, guys. Hey. Sorry, it's weird looking like this. Anyway, see you later.